All right. If you're joining us right now, it's about you can fast. If you're joining us in the future, you can fast forward about 2 minutes, and that's when all the fun will begin. That's we have theme song, and we'll get kicked off.
It'll be much
Right
more
now,
organized than this.
yeah, we'll say actual words and things because we are comedy geniuses. Comedy geniuses. Oh, okay.
And the
Got
strings of
it.
words will actually make a coherent sentence. Oh. And I won't be
Well,
yawning most of the time.
okay. You don't need to lie to people.
Oh, wait,
All
there is a
right.
thing that I gotta make sure is it. No, that wasn't. There we go.
Yep. And Tim Turner's
That's
already
ready to
here.
go.
Hi, yes, Tim. Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, we have a different way that we put it. I put it on my website differently than the on this episode.
What
Oh, that didn't. It's fine.
the
It's
hell are
fine.
you talking
It's
about?
fine. It doesn't matter. You put it on this episode, and I think you're on the wrong episode number.
No, I told you last week what the issue was. We had the stream that we started, and nobody could hear anyone but me. And so we had to
Oh,
stop the stream and restart it. So it looks like we're one episode, have one more episode than we do, but we don't.
can we start back at 69? Jim Wetzel's here. Hi, Jim.
Too tired for your foolishness tonight.
Oh, you do sound tired.
I am tired. It's okay if I sleep through the podcast, isn't it?
It's not like it'd
I
make a
don't, no, I don't really
difference.
do anything. I don't really have a lot of input.
Well, you do run the board, so
Right.
it'd be a lot of snoozing.
Ugh.
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh my God, is it?
Yeah, it's movie sign.
Alrighty.
Bants and Bants. Bants and Bants.
All systems go.
Bants and Bants.
Defiance.
Bants and Bants.
This rebel has a cause.
Bombs and Bants.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 87th live edition of Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. As always, I'm your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from an undisclosed location hidden deep beneath the surface of the earth. With us, maybe, is Mark.
It's just going to be a total shit show, I think.
The virtual Mark is here.
Virtual Marcus here. And the missus.
I'm here, kinda.
Is this mic on?
Yeah. So if everyone, you. All right. So last week I mentioned the missus had a rash, and of course she's
Thank
like,
you. I really appreciate that.
"You have
And
to
now we're
take
talking about it again.
That's exactly what she mentioned at the beginning
Yeah.
of the podcast. At the end of the podcast, when we're walking upstairs from our control center here deep beneath the surface of the earth, well, she mentioned that, and so if it's good mentioning once, it better mention it again.
Right.
But you're also very tired tonight.
I am. And then the rash is part of it because I'm so itchy I can't sleep very well. So,
You didn't sleep very well.
no, not for several days.
I slept pretty well last night, so I don't have a rash.
Yeah.
My skin is not slowly changing.
keep
into
nailing
some
down that
alien
psych
life
out.
form. Oh, you let
Those
me
not like
sing on
horse.
this podcast. All right. Well, moving right along. Let's start with something non-controversial, like the NAACP's message to Black people: stay out of Florida. Here's MSNBC's Joy Reid to explain.
Over the weekend, the NAACP issued a travel advisory for Florida, saying the state has become openly hostile toward African Americans, people of color, and LGBTQ plus individuals, citing DeSantis' aggressive attempts to erase Black history and to restrict diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in schools.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Sounds horrible.
Indeed, it does.
I think I'd stay
Republican
away.
Florida Representative Byron Donalds, I don't know if I trust him. He's got two first names. And this is the first you've heard of this guy. He won't be the last. He's a rising political star, and word has it he's the guy Republicans want for governor when DeSantis leaves. Here's Donald's calling this move stupid.
This is silly and it's dumb, it's political, it makes no sense. We should be focused on making sure people actually have the opportunity to achieve, which Florida is actually doing and thriving in way better than other states, let's say New York or California or Washington State. We're doing a significantly better job helping Black Americans succeed. And it's not just about me, it's about all the millions of Black people that live in our state.
There you go.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
have
so
a
now I'm
kill.
tired, and so I at least have a reason, so I'm not saying very much. You
Well,
don't
okay,
have that
so
you slept really well last night. You should be prepared and ready to go.
Okay, and I am, and here's what happened. So I
Okay.
grabbed a cup out of the dish drainer,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought it downstairs, right?
Okay.
And I filled it with beer first, because why would you have cups if you don't put beer in
Right,
it?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so I'm drinking it, and I'm going, this beer tastes really weird. And it got actually weirder tasting and weirder tasting and weirder tasting as it went.
Was it just
I'm like,
soapy water?
I'm drinking dish soap. I mean, there's like some concentrated dish soap in the cup. And I'm like, well, if I burp, it'll come out with bubbles. That's
Remember,
Oh, man.
record that so we can put it on YouTube.
yeah.
It'll go
So,
viral. Man, burps, beer bubbles.
Yes. But, if only someone like Bud Light had some tips to give me.
Hi, folks. I'm Brainlos McElpenny. As the CEO of Budweiser, I've come to apologize to you and all consumers. I guess we lost track of the things that are truly important in today's America. As part of that apology, we'd like to take a minute and come up with a cleaner, more wholesome image that leads directly to our role in cleaning up America. And I'm proud to announce that we're leading the way with our campaign, Bud Light, Grooming America. Oh, sure, it's important that adults be aware of that thing that's so important to all of us, our youth. And as such, we'll be putting out a guide on how to help teens be neater, and a special guide to be found in every case of Bud Light, an adult's guide to grooming our youth. That will answer lots of questions about hairstyle, skincare, toothbrushing, and all sorts of ways to help young people. Please accept our apology, and please, please, please buy our beer.
Rudy, once again, we are the Lennon and McCartney of comedy podcasting.
That's right.
It
That seems like a totally honest and sincere apology.
It did. Jim notes it's excellent, and Jim noting that is the missus doing the entire thing. I don't know if you ever seen Portlandia, but that was reminding me of Carrie there.
That's right.
So
Lance.
she I did the typing and she did the speaking parts. So
And all the visuals, too.
and all the visuals, absolutely.
Yeah.
So well done. You need to make that into a short so I can put it on my website.
You can have that anytime.
Well,
You just have to ask for it.
Please make me a short so I can put it on my website.
Okay.
Pretty please.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Without Mark here as the the missus is like fire and I'm
No,
like
wait,
ice and-
you said his name. It triggers virtual mark.
It's just going to be a total shit show, I think.
Yep. So without him, being lukewarm water in the middle, and we miss you, Mark. We miss you. You get our insanity bleeding right through. Story number 2: there must be something in the water. Speaking of, dish soap, that Democrats have been drinking in their respective state houses across the country. First, we had reps in Tennessee bring bullhorns on the state house floor. Then we had one in Montana accuse fellow legislators of having blood on their hands, and now we have this crazy person in the Nebraska unicameral.
Senator Michaela Cavanaugh, you're recognized to speak.
Thank you, Mr. President. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. That's what they're saying out there.
I'm just going to pause that for just a second here and just say, the look on that woman's face says I have bodies buried in my basement. I have no proof of that that's the case, but that's what the look on her face says. She got the crazy eyes. Okay, we'll continue.
They're standing in a circle in the rotunda saying that over and over again. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
What do you think it was she was trying to say?
No, I think I have the translation. Ready?
Okay.
It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the... Oh, have I gone too far with that one? I might have gone too far with that one.
That's the only cure for this.
Massive cannibalism.
Yeah.
There we go. The Nebraskans are patient people because she went on with that nonsense for 3.5 minutes, and not like metric minutes that they might use in Europe, but like real minutes. Okay.
It just seemed like 3.5 hours, though.
I know. Several major car manufacturers, including BMW, Mazda, Volkswagen, Tesla, and Ford, had recently announced that they were dropping AM radios from their new car models. This prompted calls from lawmakers to force them to include the technology in vehicles, citing public safety concerns such as the ability of citizens to get important information in case of major events and natural disasters and Ukraine invasions and nuclear wars. Oh, wait.
No, do you remember we were living in Houston? Remember when, not the hurricane where it flooded all of Houston, which was the last one, but the one where it broke all the glass in all the buildings downtown, which was Ike, which happened in, what was that, 2009?
Yes.
And so nobody had any power. The entire city of the entire Gulf Coast region, no power. So FEMA, in their infinite wisdom, rolls into town, and they're trying to tell people where they can go. And again, this is all on AM radio, to get, water and supplies and ice and things like that you might need. I think they had food, towels, all sorts of stuff like that, just the basics. And so what did they do? They didn't tell you on the radio where to go to get those things. The FEMA people announced, you can get online and go to our website, and that will tell you where to go.
Yes.
Hello? No power, no internet. And it's been days, all of our phones are dead.
That was a good time.
It was not a good time.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was fine. You're fine. All right. We are very pro-dog here at Bombs and Bants.
Oh, wait, we didn't finish this whole story.
There's more story?
Well, I mean, we don't have to do it if you don't want to. I had a sound clip, but we don't have to do that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you did sound clip.
No, that was me talking. That's different from the sound clip, which sounds like this.
Ford Motor will bring back AM broadcast radio in electric vehicles in 2024 because of concerns over public safety, CEO Jim Farley said Tuesday. All new 2024 Ford and Lincoln models will be able to tune into AM radio, and previous EV models without AM radio will be given a software update. Ford and other automakers had dropped AM radio from newer EV models. Tesla got rid of AM radio from all current production models, including the Model S. Car companies said the motors on those vehicles have electromagnetic frequencies that interfere with AM radio signals. As EV motors have grown more powerful, so too has AM static on the radio in the vehicle. Ford did not immediately respond to questions about how it will address radio static.
Because AM radio is known for not having any static in it. And is it just me, or does that sound like someone every now and then was poking the news bot with a sharp stick? Because every now and then the news bot, we go like this!
I noticed it says saying Tesla. She said Tesla.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Really? Tesla? All right. we are very pro-dog here at Bants and Bants and have several canines between the three of us. And so that would be Mark, including that.
Right.
And
Right.
he's got a whole other family, so there's even more people. So, but of the,
Wait,
of the
Mark
host-
has a secret family? Is that what you just said?
but
Should we be talking about this on the podcast? I mean, you know.
No, he has his own family.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
and I have a family, and he has a wife and.
But it sure
family.
sounded like you were intimating that Mark had a secret family.
Well, if I did, I couldn't. If I knew about it, I couldn't.
And of course, we've talked about him, which of course triggers virtual Mark.
It's just going to be a total shit show, I think.
But you may have wondered, does my dog really love me? If you have a dog, I mean, maybe. Jim notes used to be secret. I love him, but does he just hang around for the free food and the soft bed? A recent article in Newsweek lays out the details. The Newsbot spells it out.
It's probably impossible to know exactly what your dog is thinking, but a few years ago, Gregory Burns, a neuroscientist at Emory University, decided he wanted to try and find out anyway. Using his pet terrier named Callie, he trained her to lie still in an MRI scanner. Burns fed her, praised her, and left her alone in the machine, and monitored the reward areas of her brain to see when they lit up the most. The results were unambiguous. Kind words from Burns lit up Callie's reward centers just as much as the dog treats, demonstrating that Callie loved him just as much, if not more, than a scrumptious piece of food. Quote, when people want to know, what is my dog thinking, I think what they're asking is, does my dog love me? I love him, Burns says. The answer is absolutely. It's remarkably similar to how we experience this relationship. They have these social bonds that with us, they find them intensely rewarding.
And there's a link to the article in the video description if you want to read the entire thing.
It's a pretty interesting article, yeah. It talks a lot about dog cognition and about the difference between dogs and wolves.
Okay, so it requires a lot of preconditions. Okay, you have to have electricity, and you have to have a computer, and you have to be able to read. It's just too much for people to ask nowadays.
That's a lot. Yeah, one of the interesting things I found about that article, and again, because I'm the dog lover here of the two of us, I do have a dog currently sitting on my feet. I think the other one got thrown outside. This one refused to go. Anyway, difference between wolves and dogs is that dogs have something like 3 times the number of small muscles in their face than wolves do, which allows them to express their emotions on their face a lot more easily. So they can literally widen their eyes and give you the big puppy dog stare and those kind of things and smile at you and all those things that wolves can't do because they don't have those facial muscles. And it's kind of something that dogs have developed in their continuing relationship with humans. So this is a pretty interesting article.
The dogs evolved themselves. Pretty soon they'll be driving cars and playing poker like those pictures I keep seeing. The dogs playing poker.
Hey, we had driving dogs last week. Don't you remember that?
No, dogs playing poker.
But you just said dogs driving.
Well,
we had that last
really
week.
driving.
We're already there. We have hit peak dog driving. Actually, maybe not peak dog driving. Soon, you'll be standing in a line at the DMV behind a German Shepherd.
And the Democrats have already got them voting. All
That's
right. Let's go to the slapogram.
Is there someone in your life to whom you'd like to deliver a very special message? One that a generic thrift store greeting card just can't convey? Then you need to order the brand new service that's sweeping the nation, the Slapogram. That's right. Call us up and in 3 to 5 business days, that very special person in your life will receive a brisk slap right across the chops. You can even personalize your message.
Welcome to Earth.
Call 1-800-SLAPOGRAM to order yours today. I had forgotten that was Will Smith inspired.
That's right. You know, I just wish the people on The View would talk about Will Smith's wife. All right. Time for...
No, that's not what it's time for.
Breaking Jackass of the Week.
Okay.
This is Neil Young.
Hey, get that jackass out of here!
And I'm proud to present my Braying Jackass of the week.
Number one, our first nominee, the governor of New Mexico, Michelle Lujan Grisham, Democrat, obviously, who appeared on MSNBC when all three of their viewers to pound her little shoe on the table and demand unconstitutional gun control measures. Owen proved the old saying, remain silent and be thought the fool, or open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Frankly, no one that isn't in the military, this is a weapon of war, or the trained police department. In my view, no one in America who isn't in one of those two situations should own an automatic weapon. There is no reason to own one of those.
And to clarify, she's talking about AR-15s. Automatic weapon AR-15.
Yes, yep.
See, why does Mark always miss these gun jackasses?
Well, you finish the clip.
What do you mean, finish the clip?
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
I just had missed getting the AR-15 part in there.
Okay. So
I've been
anyway,
sleepy all week.
Ms. Grisham has the COVID hair, or I'm sorry, the COVID hair.
COVID hair.
COVID hair. She has the Karen hair. She
and
looks
she
like
has
she wants
skunk
to-
Karen hair too.
Yeah, I'm wondering how can she talk to the manager if she is the manager. All right.
And she also has that. She also has that. He farted, y'all. Look on her face too.
Number two. Speaking of you farted face, Admiral Rachel Levine, the first woman in the U.S. to attain the rank of admiral, posted a picture while getting a COVID booster. I'm really glad it's boosted, since it deals with COVID.
Needs to get about 12 more.
We are not allowed to talk about it, but we can show you the picture. Here is Newsbot giving voice to the tweet.
Now that I am 65, I followed the CDC's new recommendation allowing an additional updated vaccine dose for adults ages 65 and older. This allows more flexibility for healthcare providers to administer additional doses for immunocompromised patients as needed.
And you know, just looking at that picture reminds me of a quote from one of my favorite TV shows, Arrested Development. A piano could stand on those legs.
Well, so we have here someone pretending to take a shot who's pretending to be an admiral who's pretending to be a woman. So, you know, there's that. Jim has come out strongly in favor of number two, even if there is a number three. Mark is not here to be the voice of rationale.
And also, you missed the last part of that, too, on number two. Link to the tweet is in the description of the podcast, and it's worth it. After the podcast's over, grab yourself some popcorn, head over there and check out the comments. Trust me, you'll thank me for it later. They're a gold mine.
Yeah, Twitter is a lot more fun now that Elon Musk is running.
It is.
All right. So we have that. So we have, it's time for voting, and we have a unanimous decision. Jim notes, number two. Tyrannical, crazy, and powerful. Congratulations, Admiral Rachel Levine.
And we'll note, she's number two. Take it away, Johnny.
Fecal matter.
And this has been Neil Young's Braying Jackass of the Week.
All right. Well, we have that part. So that part's done. That takes us to...
Think real fast.
All right. Nassau County, New York. Really sounds like it ought to be in the Caribbean. Instead of the awful New York, decided that today all voters are Democrats right before the primaries. Of course, it was a database error, right?
Right.
I have them written out for you and he. Shouldn't all people be Democrats, the missus?
Seems like they have in several elections now. Oh no!
Mm-hmm. And since all elections are fair and absolutely flawless,
absolutely,
isn't it time to note that we've always been at war with East Asia?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can explain it more
DeSantis-
slowly if you need us to.
DeSantis is on the run and being jump-started by a glitchy Twitter podcast that kept crashing. The missus, do you think DeSantis should have done the smart thing and announced here on Moms and Bants?
Absolutely.
And everyone knows it.
And how does it feel to be 1 foot taller than a presidential candidate?
How tall is Ron DeSantis?
He's like 4'3". I mean, he could have been a munchkin on Wizard
Okay.
of Oz.
All right. Clearly, I'm not going to get an actual answer from you on this. So we'll just.
Okay, all right. So if he says he's 5'7", you know he's 5'3". I mean, you could use him as a doorstop.
Yeah, the internet says 5'8", and then I see a response to this that says puny 5'5". Ben Shapiro's bio says he's 5'9". So
yeah, there you have it. We should start measuring him in Shapiro's. How many Shapiro's?
Well, that would put him at 5'4" if we're going to measure him in Shapiro's. He's one Shapiro tall. Yeah.
Well, he's 1.5.
He's 0.99 Shapiro's.
Using a Shapiro as a new standard of measurement. And you need to learn to talk like this.
Talk like this. Talk real fast. Yeah.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah, understand.
That voice
All
fairly
right.
quickly turns into Rain Man, though. Yeah.
Definitely 371, definitely. I said DeSantis is on the run and behind Trump already by 56%. Trump has 69%, which I'm sure he's happy with that number. DeSantis has 13. Chris Christie, former governor and former Trump spokesblimp, is polling at 1%. Do you think the pollsters did it by weight?
But that would suggest that Chris did he lose a lot of weight, or did he get the lap band surgery and then do a Rex Ryan and just stretch his stomach out again so he could continue eating? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, donuts are my friend.
Yeah, there's still something really wrong with that because remember who was the name of the quarterback when Rex Ryan was with the Jets?
Was that Mark Sanchez?
Yeah, it was Mark Sanchez.
Yes.
So I think Rex Ryan got a tattoo of his wife on his arm, right?
He has a tattoo of Mark Sanchez's wife on his arm?
No, of his own wife.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I was confused.
But she was
What?
wearing Sanchez's number.
Oh.
The New York Jets. There's so much creepiness about this, I don't even want to go there. But I did.
Yeah.
The missus,
Some things
Mike
you just
Pence
don't want to know.
is in third place. With
Your pants are in third place?
Mike Pence.
Oh. Mike Pence, a man who had a charisma-ectomy several years ago.
Do you think the voters will be turned off when they find out that he is actually wallpaper?
I don't know. It might improve. It would give him a little color, I think.
Hey, we here at Bombs and Bants don't talk about color because that's how you get banned. All right.
That's right.
The Dems were all in to get Lula. So the president of Brazil is named Lula. So the Dems were all in to get him elected president of Brazil. And now Lula is saying that Crazy Z should think about peace. The missus, do you think the Democrats were confused and thought they were supporting the character from the song Lola? And thought maybe that Lula was a guy who was
With the way everything's been going here in 2023, I'd say that was a safe bet.
Yep. And the secondary question, that's how I can translate. The secondary question is, why do we care about Brazil? I mean, when was the last time anyone said, maybe we should consult the Brazilians about that?
Let's see what Brazil thinks about this. I know, it's just laughable on its face.
Yeah. It's like, Brazil, so large, so irrelevant.
Oh my God, this is a very serious issue. Quick, get me the president of Brazil.
Yeah.
Said no one
ever.
ever.
Sell me some sugar cane.
Yeah.
Or some cannibals. Hey, at least they might lead the world in cannibalism. All right, Tina Turner is dead at 134 years of age. The missus, she was living in Switzerland, and some news reports listed her as being Swiss. Does that mean a mouse that moves into a stable is a horse?
Well, I saw a news report today that said she was German. And I was like, German? Have you confused her with Nina? Na, Nina, son, Luftballons. Pretty sure that wasn't her.
Well, secondary question.
Yeah.
What's your biggest Tina Turner memory? Because mine was the. No, that was Aretha Frank.
I do have a big Tina Turner memory. Would you like to know what it is?
Tell me, Tina.
It was being it is kind of funny. Being a sophomore in high school, on the way back from a volleyball game on the volleyball bus, and my friend Jennifer, who had kind of short, spiky hair, like Tina Turner did at that time. You know, the spiky hair Tina Turner. And so she's all sweaty because we just played a volleyball game. So she spikes her hair up even more and goes, "I'm your private dancer." And it was just hilarious. And so that's my favorite Tina Turner memory.
Now it's mine because other than that, I have no Tina Turner memories. All right. This just in. China has hacked into various government systems. The missus, don't you think that's checking out how many games of... you think that checking out how many games of solitaire Biden plays, I mean, isn't that just the hard way to do that? I think China at solitaire, I think Biden routinely loses at solitaire.
China.
Yeah.
And Jim notes that Tina was anti in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, so that was her. So she
was in it.
A chainmail miniskirt. Okay.
Which I've never seen because, again, I was in 6th grade when that movie came out and my mom wouldn't let me see it because I think it was rated R.
Yeah, I've seen it like.
I have never seen any of the Road Warrior movies. None of those.
Okay, so the first two are like they're from a different planet.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, but I enjoyed both of them. The third one was kind of, it's like no, maybe not that one. And the fourth one, it was more like the third one. So yeah.
But that Tina Turner song from that movie was really good. It was huge when I was in middle school.
The missus, do you think the Chinese will give Congress the FBI information they subpoenaed that the FBI wouldn't, since they're probably all up in the FBI's Jimmy?
Well, they probably have it. I mean,
China.
And if Tina Turner moved to China, would she have been Chinese?
I guess. I mean, I don't really know at this point. It's
Swiss.
Yeah. Let's see what Herman Cain has to say about this.
Oh, shuck it, duck it now.
See what Herman Cain has to say about this? You should have just been silent the whole time. It's like, and let's get a quick Tucker Carlson reaction.
Yeah. It's like, why don't people put Ray Liotta?
Thanks,
Why doesn't Ray Liotta get any movie roles anymore? Probably because he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, Hollywood is very biased against deceased actors.
It is. It's the hidden bias.
That's pretty systemic too.
Of course, Nick Cage has had roles for 20 years after his career's been dead. So,
and Keith Richards still on tour.
Mm-hmm. So, former Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway's daughter is now Playboy Bunny. Why do you hate Kellyanne, the missus? Is it the stupid way she spells her name?
I don't hate Kellyanne Conway. Who told you that? Who told you that? I don't hate Kellyanne Conway.
All right. All right. And now I need you to do your introduction voice. You know, the one you used to do commercials with, to introduce Kellyanne Conway up on the main stage.
And now on the main stage, Kellyanne Conway's daughter. I have porno music somewhere. It was for a thing that I did a few weeks ago. It's in here somewhere.
Okay.
This might be it.
Yeah, this makes scintillating podcasts.
I know. Well, see, I didn't have it so I could see the icons.
It's okay. No picture of Kellyanne Conway. Why don't you pull up a picture of Kellyanne Conway's daughter, missus?
That might take me a while to find. There we go. There's the porno music. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. On the main stage, Kellyanne Conway's daughter. Let me see if I can find it. You can listen to porno music.
You can turn off the porno music.
Make it stop! Make it stop!
Stop. There's one of her in an orange bathing suit that should be in the top 2 results. Yep. Pop that one up. Did you find it?
I don't know how to bring that into my program over here. It might take me a little while.
Cut and paste?
Well, you'll have to talk for a little bit so I can do it.
So, I, for one, am in favor of not drinking soap-flavored beer because it was really, really not good.
Was it really bad?
It was really bad. In fact, I'm going to waste like a half a liter of beer because... And yes, I'm using liters because it's what the...
Okay, here's the first
Okay.
picture I found when I Googled Kellyanne Conway's daughter. That's a daytime stripper right there, folks.
I'm waiting to catch up with you.
That's what I found.
That's not Kellyanne Conway.
No, it's not Kellyanne Conway. I Googled Kellyanne Conway's daughter. What's her daughter's name?
Claudia? That's really frightening.
Okay. I found one here. Let me
go for the orange bathing suit.
I didn't find one with an orange bathing suit. You have to keep talking.
But Tadano Hito notes, I want a liter of cola. I've now become fabric. Destroyer of beer. So I'm going to have to pour this beer out unless I can figure out a way to get rid of the soap.
Well, one of those certainly would make a better stripper.
Do I have to email it to you?
I have 2 pictures up on the screen right now. Not my fault you can't see them.
Yeah, but there's just this old lady.
Wait for it.
Yeah, that's her. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
okay.
Yep, that's the one.
Here, do we need we need music with that? There we go. I'll make it move. Okay.
So anyway, I will say that I think her stripper name should be Daddy Issues up on the main stage. All right, I think we should end Think Real Fast. There's a button.
Yeah, I know, but it's all the way down at the other end because normally I don't have to move that.
Think real fast.
All right. Well, you know, we're recording today, but I hope everyone had fun.
Oh, you mentioned him again. You know what that means.
It's just going to be a total shit show, I think.
There we go. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Well, on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for coming by on Bums and Bants and Wednesday Rants. And as always, I'm your humble host. And what I'm going to do right now is talk just long enough to make it awkward for the missus to carry it to the post. So,
that's every week. That's every week.
For Bums and Bants and Wednesday Rants, I'm John Wilder.
It's just going to be a total shit show, I think.
That's Virtual Mark. And I'm the missus. And you, happy people. Y'all come back now, you hear? And that's how you take it to the post, people.